Hello, DJ from LA Sparks Weekly. Julie, this question is for you, girl. Congratulations on the triple-double. Can you talk about, we talked a little bit in the beginning of the season when you first got here about like the journey of just getting here. Reflecting on the beginning all the way to right now, can you talk about your feelings around your performance tonight?
I mean, it's still the same. I want to help this team as much as I can. And I think at the beginning of the game, like Rakia was going off, and then I was being aggressive. And then, second half, it was KP. KP didn't have like a great offensive first half. Like, it's every time someone else. And I'm trying as a point guard to see what I need to do to help this team. And if it's the scoring, if it's like rebounding, playing defense, offense, like depending on how I feel my teammates on the court. And I think that's what I did today. And yeah, I mean, first part of the season, like I said last time, like I had the surgery. It was tough to come back. Then I went to Eurobasket. It helped me a lot because over there, like they know me. They helped me to have great feelings over there. And so then when I came back, I just wanted to play it and be the same as I was over there. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm feeling way more comfortable in this team. So yeah, it's been great. But the most important is the win. Like, tonight was an important one. It wasn't easy, but then we were more focused second half in defense, and I think that's why we won this game, because we know in offense we good in offense, but we know that the problem is going to be always in defense. So if we are focused in defense and we can run, then it's going to be easy, and I think that's what we did tonight. And so it's what six win, like what is it? The thing, 7 wins out of 8 games. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. I just hope that we can keep going like this, and we have an important game coming up.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go to Zoom, Jackie Ray.
Sorry.
Speak well.
No more questions.
Hey, Coach Jackie, Jackie Ray TV. You and I have talked before, and you said you can't fast track chemistry, and then Rakia said that they're spending more time together off the court. So from holding each other accountable on defense, Julie's facilitation, and even Cam tonight calling for the foul when Rakia was in foul trouble, this is your first season in the W. What does it mean to you to see the fight and the grit of this team as it's developing, especially going into the playoffs, pushing for the playoffs?
No, you can say it. That's the goal. That's the goal. We'll manifest that. I'm proud of this group. We've hung in there, and as I've said, like, didn't lose sight of the big picture when we had all those injuries and just a lot of adversity, and people like Dearica holding it down, and KP and Azare, and Julie was gone with Eurobasket and she was injured for a while. Like, we've had a lot of adversity in that sense and took some tough losses, but these guys, it's a great group. It really is. They're good people, and they want this team to do well. And Julie's the picture of that. Julie is, she doesn't want to be up here talking to the media because she wants to just be about basketball and winning, right? And for her to come out, she was just dialing today. She was really good. It was impossible in the second half to take her out of the game. I know she's tired, but she was just unbelievable. And 11 assists and 1 turnover, and the rebound, just all of it. But we've just stayed steady, and these guys have hung in there and trusted me and trusted the process with it, and so it's very rewarding. But I'm just really proud of them.
2 questions here, Coach. You talked about how Cameron kind of single-handedly changed the momentum of the game against Seattle. So much of the same thing, offensively and defensively tonight. Can you just talk about her performance? And then for Dearica, how happy does it make you guys as teammates to see Julie have the kind of performance she did tonight?
Yeah, Cam was good. Again, she just brings a different level, just a different look defensively, and everybody knows she's in there, and that gets in your head as an offensive player. Even if you score, you're aware that she was there and you got lucky. But she altered a couple shots too. And then it was really fun to see her offensively get going. I know she's been, waiting for that kind of the shots to fall, and I know she was frustrated the first time she shot it in the second half. I don't remember if it was blocked or what, but she missed it and she was frustrated. But the mental toughness to come back and shoot the open three, and hit the roll. That pass from Julie was beautiful, and the and one, like, that just shows mental toughness. And she's only in her second year and hasn't played a whole lot. So I've been impressed with her, and what a luxury for us to bring her into games.
As far as Julie, like I said, it was nice to see her play with confidence, and we were all excited about her getting the triple-double. Like, I thought she already had the 10 points. We were like, no, we got to get her another bucket. So she's just been super steady for us on all ends, rebounding the ball, passing the ball, hitting the pick and roll. Really good passer. And so just happy to see her.
We have a question in the back on the right side.
Mommy, will you be there for my first day of school?
Yes, I will. Maya starts school on Monday, so.
Oh.
Oh, but I didn't tell Coach yet.
Yeah.
We take her to school on Monday. I'm missing practice. Sorry.
Dearica, this question is for you. LA Sports Weekly, we like to call you emergency contact, somebody that you can count on day in and day out. Just how important is that to you for this team, and just how easy are things out there for you when everything and the players around you are playing so well?
Yeah, I get to sit. I get to rest a little. No, it's great. You know, we know how talented this team is, and to be able to play 23 minutes and everybody else come in and still be efficient and contribute is like that's what it's going to take to win a championship and to continue to build championship culture. So at the end of the day, like I want to do what I have to do to win. I mean, maybe I can get a little better on defense, but coach is mad at me tonight.
No, never. It's hard to be mad at Dearica.
But just try to just continue to lead and by example and emotionally. Yeah.
Coach, one question for you. Dearica, one question for you. Coach, I know you're going to be deflective with this question. You've already talked about the adversity your team has faced, but I'm curious, 8 of the last 9 games you guys have walked out victorious. How are you feeling personally about the success that the team is having? And Dearica, you've been a part of some very special teams. Can you give me 3 reasons why Coach Lynne Roberts should be considered Coach of the Year?
Whoa. No. No, but I appreciate the question. Yeah, I want to achieve, I want to succeed, I want to win. I really don't want it to be about me. I don't need it to be. I feel like Julie sometimes where it's like, I'm proud of the group. They've hung in there and they've bought into the style that we want to play, and I think they're seeing the fruit of the labor in terms of, when you buy in and you share the ball and you take great shots, it's hard to beat. So I don't ever want it to be about me. I really don't. So I appreciate the question, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say since the beginning of the season, I've been just optimistic about what this team can look like, and why I want to be here and why I'm going to continue to be here. And I know I've compared this team to the 2022 Aces team, just having so much firepower and just being like one of the fastest teams that we've seen. We've scored 100 points in the last 5 out of 6 games. So we're not done yet. We got a lot more to accomplish, obviously, but I think Sparks basketball is back.
For Julie, I remember asking you earlier in the season about the kind of backcourt pairing between you and Kelsey. Your ability as a ball handler can kind of take the pressure off of her. And you had said that it was a work in progress, but you thought it can be really good. Now that we're more than halfway through the season, how have you seen that dynamic kind of grow?
I mean, yeah, we can see that on the court it's getting better and better. But it's not only about Kelsey and I think it's about the team, like what we have to do for the team. But yeah, I think we have to trust the process. Like it takes time. It's a new group, like it's a new coach. Like it doesn't come like this. So that's why I think now like we're healthy. So that's why we can see the difference right now. Like it was the right momentum for us. And it's been nice. It's been nice because if you don't trust the process, then it's gonna be difficult. But like we had losses, but we were still like, okay, we're still growing up as a team. And so now we can see that the work we've put in before, like it's finally it's finally helping us right now.
This is two-part for anybody. First, I feel like we've talked to you guys a lot about like the scoring improving, getting a lot of points, and like the chemistry improving. But it seemed like tonight the biggest impact of the game was like rebounding, and like the last line of defense, which is rebounding. So can any of you guys speak to the impact that rebounding has had in this win streak, and also post-game after a win in the locker room, who's the best dancer?
Ooh.
Coach Roberts.
Not me.
No. The rebounding's huge, and I was upset after the first quarter because we weren't finishing plays. And I thought we were doing, for the most part, what we were supposed to be doing, and we just didn't finish. They were playing a little harder than we were down there, and they've got some really good rebounders. And, they had 8 offensive rebounds in the first quarter, and they finished this first half with 8. So we did a better job. We cleaned it up. And I heard that, Azare's top 10 in franchise history now with rebounds. And, Dearica, like, it's kind of gang rebounding, like we're not relying on one person, we've all gotta do it. And I think the message is always, if you wanna score, you gotta get the ball. And it's hard to run and play with pace if you're taken out of the net, right? So let's, one and done, finish the play. If we wanna win and continue to win, we've gotta continue to rebound. We can't come out and then, in the second quarter, like, oh, that's right, we gotta box out. Like, you can't do that in this league. And that gave Connecticut life and confidence and all those things. So we've got to be a little bit better, but we fixed it. But I'm gonna preach rebounding until I retire. It's an absolute top tier reason for winning. And as far as the dancers, I don't want to brag, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, who's the best dancer?
You. She's got new Jordans now too. So.
I do. Dearica hooked me up.
Yeah.
Coach, earlier in the season, I remember asking you, you guys were third in true shooting percentages in offense, but turnover rate-wise, you guys were bottom 2 in the league. The turnovers have subsided to a large degree. You guys are closing in on a franchise record of games scoring 90 points. I guess it sounds simple, but how did the turnovers change? How did that problem subside?
Well, I think there's a few answers to that. One, it's consciousness of it. But as I've said, when you want a team to play fast and not play worried about making mistakes, which is what I want them to do. I want them to shoot without worrying about missing, because if it's a great shot, you can take it. So I can't say that and then try to pull the reins and like, why'd you try to throw that pass? So I think it's just them getting time. It's that chemistry piece of playing together, understanding where people are at. The movement that we have, that's, kind of the fundamental spacing rules, like just learning the system better. I think that's part of it. And just, gaining more confidence. I think turnovers sometimes happen when you're trying to do too much. I think we've kind of gotten more and more away from, us just trying to make a play rather than letting the ball find the right play. If that makes sense. So yeah, I think that it's a combination of those things.
Last 2 questions. Lauren first.
Lauren Jones, Mojo Media. Coach, you said before last home game that you really weren't going to let the team settle for, being a team that doesn't win at home and having that mentality. For each of you, what do you think has been the key to turning around this home streak and being able to really, lean into not settling for the losses that you've had?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
We just replicate it like it's an away game.
Control, we can control, right? And so we've just kind of controlled that. And I also think just get it out of our heads. Let's not use this where it's this big thing like, oh, it's so hard to win here. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, don't even hang, like, it's not even we're not even gonna talk like that. It's just control what you can control and play with a little edge at home. The crowds have been great, they've been into it. They wanna get behind us, and so it's nice to win a couple in a row at home.
Take us home, man.
Coach, nearly half of Cameron Brink's shot attempts have been 3-pointers. That's in stark contrast to her season last year, and definitely a stark contrast to her collegiate time. What conversations have you had with Brink regarding the kind of shots you want her to take?
Well, they're the same as everybody else's. I mean, if you can get around the basket and score, great. If you're open on a kick-out, catch-and-shoot 3, take it. And she's put a lot of time in. That's the one thing about rehabbing is you're able to do a lot of stationary shooting. And so she worked on her shot because that was all she could really do. And I think you're seeing, the results of that. And I know she feels confidence in the system where she has the green light if it's a great shot. Time and score, obviously, but they all do. And it was fun to see those shots go down for her. And the and one was big too. That finish in traffic, get fouled. That's a great confidence thing too, as you're coming back from being out, being injured, to take those hits, make the shot, make the free throw. It just kind of builds it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all. We'll see you Sunday.
It's obviously the hats.